One of the things we always like to do when dealing with people and observing and analyzing different people for different positions is we'd like to categorize them into a basic chart. And this doesn't apply, to an end all. Excuse me. But what it does is it gives you a general perspective on where people fall and what to expect from them, and then you can determine what areas they can grow and become better, where their assets are, where they shine brighter than in other places, right? So we have our star, right? All right, so we got our star, and that's our we're just our common person. Then we have our shooting star, and then we have our falling star. It looks like this pen's about to run out of ink. Um, Anyways, so we have our base. Everyone's a star. Now, are they just your common there? A little bit of inspiration, pat on the back, a little bit of recognition to get them to feel good and be productive and do their job. That's your common man, right? But then you got people that just take that initiative and go above and beyond, right? So they do more than what they're required to do. They put in that extra time, that extra effort. They don't need delegation. They don't need to be told what to do. Where your common man sometimes needs that little bit of, hey, get back to work. But your shooting star, you're not going to have to tell them. They're already going to know what they need to do. And then we got the people that, they're there, but they're there for whatever reason, right? Whether just to collect a paycheck or whatever, right? So you're never going to see them put in the extra effort. You're always going to see them slacking. You're always going to see them, not being productive. They're going to need constant reinforcement, all right? So again, this is just a basic chart where you can start to categorize different people into, and then you have an idea of where you can determine and peg different strengths and weaknesses. And what you can do is you can apply the same kind of concept. Now, it doesn't have to be directly this. This is very generalized, very generic, but you can apply this into your own self and your own daily life. Now, I keep multiple notebooks where whenever I have a thought, I jot it down. So I've got notebooks that are just filled up with different notes. So one of the things you can do is, you know, put yourself on a chart like this, right? And where do you fall? Are you just that common person where you don't really care, but you do a good job? You might need a little bit of reinforcement to say, hey, get back to work. Or are you the person that goes above and beyond, that keeps a nice tidy workplace or whatever it might be, whatever you're doing, that's organized, that's not as messy, not as sloppy? Or are you the person that's sloppy, that doesn't care, that's taking a 30-minute dump every time you go to work or whatever it might be, just to kind of milk the clock, right? We always call people like that the perfect government employees because people take advantage of government jobs, and we see that continuously throughout throughout history. Anyway, so where do you fall in this basic chart here? Are you a shooting star? Or are you just a common person, or are you a falling star? Like where would you even place yourself in a generic chart like this? And then what are you going to do, or how can you, if you are just in the middle, do you wanna be better, or do you just not care? Is that why you're in the middle? But you do a good enough job, or people that are just there for the paycheck and don't do a good job, right? Or are you going above and beyond? Where do you place yourself? I'm definitely an overachiever. I always go above and beyond with everything that I do, everything, especially when it comes to like right and wrong and ethical and moral principles and that kind of thing. Is like, to me, that's important, especially when they impact and affect my own life. So this is just something to think about, something for you to consider. Apply it, don't apply it, I don't care. But it's something that will, something so simple with a meaningful purpose where because it's so simple, it's easy to remember. And that's why this particular analogy is so useful, because you'll be able to remember it. Even if you don't think you will, because it's simple.